everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get into another episode of Shows of Cold Steel. So I've changed up my setup a little bit. We'll see how it works out, how it looks like in post. But yeah, we're on the ship now, so I'm just gonna go around and talk to everybody. I think that's where the story continues over there. So just to put a slight pause on this, so I was basically going to start my no commentary playlist, right? Just start with the, edit the video to make it look better with no commentary. So I tried to do that, but I found that it was very difficult. It wasn't fun to watch when there were I put so many cuts into it, like just for the first 5 minutes, because I was so confused as to what to do. I was pausing all the time. So it looks very choppy, and it looks like you're missing things. You are, but if someone's watching it for the first time, I don't think someone want to watch like choppy footage like that. So what I'm probably going to do, this is my plan for this channel, what I'm probably going to do is play the game a second time over again, like immediately after I finish this game, play it over again, probably try to get some more trophies. I'm always trying to get platinum, but it'll be pretty difficult for this game because it's so long, and one of the trophies is getting ranking all the way up, which will be very difficult. Another one was getting all the treasure chests, which I fucked up already. Like we already know about that one dungeon where I missed the treasure chest, so I'm not getting that trophy. But yeah, basically what I would have to do is play it over again, right, and play it very well the second time, at least better than make it flow easily, because I know what I want. When I watch a no commentary playthrough, I just wanted to sit down like it's a movie and just calmly just watch it completely play through. I want to see the text boxes, and I don't want them to, and I want to stay up there for a good amount of time and not disappear too fast so that I can't read it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it to myself so that I can always have good timing on the text boxes. I just wanted to be a really good no commentary playthrough. I want to do the commentary playthroughs first and then go back and do the no commentary playthrough, because that's how I'm going to have to do it, because there's no way I can just use the footage I already have. I think it'll be fun for me. It's just something I want to do. If you're interested, it'll be coming up. It'll come up after I finish the game. I will then begin to do the no commentary playthrough, as well as start the new game. But anyways, we're gonna get started talking to everybody. My man Maki is here, looking all suave. Everything on this airship is really cutting edge. Prince Olivert does love his surprises. First, his return to Heimdall and the Arcea. Well, they keep saying Arcea. Yeah, they keep saying Arcea, and I think it's Arcea. I think they might be pronouncing it wrong. And now this. But I'm going to say Arcea because everyone else is saying it, just to be consistent. I knew that the captain's daughter would be coming on board, but seeing them talk is rather heartwarming. Please, relax and leave the operation of the airship to us. The crew here come from a wide range of backgrounds, but we're all confident in our skills. So that's the thing that Prince Olivert likes. He likes bringing different people together from all walks of life, which is commendable. I like that shit. That's the America shit right there. That's that melting pot shit that I like to hear about. I happen to have been scouted from the Epstein Foundation by Prince Olivert himself. What a unique, fascinating person he is. I think the more diverse your group is, the better they are at problem solving, because they're not, and it's much harder to fall into a groupthink situation, because everyone's like their own individual. Welcome to the Courageous Bridge. You might not believe it, but helmsman Graf's exceptionally good at his job. I'll notice even the slightest diversion in our course too, so no need to worry. Everyone here on the bridge is a specialist in their field, so there's no need to worry. We'll get you to your destination safe and sound. Well, okay, gotta get all the specialists out here. Hope you're getting paid enough money for that shit. Hey there, I'm Graf. I'm from the Imperial Army's Air Force. I have to say though, I've never seen a ship like this. And as if that wasn't enough to get excited about, I get to work under the Radiant Blade Master himself. If Prince Olivert wants to bring about that ideal of his, the Blade Master's the right guy to have in his corner. Safe to say that I'm looking forward to seeing just what effect this airship has on the world. So basically, the Blade Master is Captain Kirk right now. Everyone here is well aware that we're working with a legend in Captain Arcade. If Prince Olivert wants to bring about that ideal of his, he picked the right guy to do it with. Safe to say that I can't wait to see how this airship changes the world. Save the cheerleader, I guess. Engine room, come in. Can you hear me? We've reached maximum cruising speed, all green here on the bridge. Oh, hold on. Engine 4 is struggling a bit. Can you give it a look? Okay. That's that Star Trek shit right there. Just randomly saying shit and the audience is like, sure, it looks like they're doing the work that you need to do. And you don't really know what's happening. You could just be saying a bunch of gibberish. Hello there, I'm Curtis, the radio officer. Is this your first time on the bridge of a military airship? So this is what probably the position that Ahura, have her name, would be, because she's the communication officer on Star Trek. So I'm nerding out slightly. Don't worry about me. If you've seen one, you've seen them all, really. The main difference being that the Courageous is still new and shiny. Well, that and the fact that the ship and its entire crew are unaffiliated with either faction, that's unusual. The Courageous is completely unaffiliated with the major factions in Erebonia. Half of our crew might be from the 7th Armored Division, but despite being part of the army, they're neutral too. Their position is pretty similar to Prince Oliver's, actually. Major Vander's a good example of that. Okay, so they say that, so basically they all just say that they're neutral. We don't know if that's for sure or not. There's no way to tell because they are all like in the army. They can just be like, I'll say I'm neutral just to get on this damn ship, so I don't know. This seems like a very imprecise way, and I don't know if it matters everyone's views, because he says he wants people from different backgrounds, but apparently he wants everyone who's neutral. So that's, I don't know about that, but okay. He's kind of cutting out other point of views. We're cruising along so smoothly that it would almost feel like we're one with the wind. It's like the ship is a crimson Pegasus soaring through the sky. We're really lucky to know who we know. I can't imagine many people will ever get to experience something like this. Well, they could if the technology becomes a little easier to make, and kind of like cars. I'm sure the first one was hard. Like the first airplanes were very rare, but eventually the technology got better, and soon the common people could use it. That's how every kind of technology works. It starts out expensive, and then eventually it's mass produced, because especially if you live in a capitalist society where you're trying to make money off of it, right? It would be in your best interest. People who make these airships, it would be in their best interest to make it so the common people can also use it. We owe the winds and the goddess our thanks. Guys is getting very poetic right there. But I can understand, because if you just haven't been on a thing like this in the sky, like this must be incredible. I've actually never been on an airplane before. Okay, let's go to the first floor. Let's start in order. I'm always trying to look for recipes. I might get that trophy. Getting all the recipes, that's a trophy. You'll find the ship's hangar beyond here. Feel free to go in if you like. Unfortunately though, we can't let you into the factory and engine room opposite. Wow, that's really nice of them, just letting you just walk around into the hangar. A lot of times in these games, they don't let you into the hangar first go around. We've got armored cars and other armaments in the hangar. You're free to take a look if you like, but try not to mess around with anything. Like how he's like, he has a whole motion, like he just goes into like salute. I don't know why he would need to do that, because I'm just a dude. Phew! And this ship ready for today was a real struggle. ZCF and the Epstein Foundation help really greased the wheels though. So yeah, welcome to the Courageous. This baby's the most state-of-the-art airship in the world, hands down. I love this music. Like, I'm really into it right now. Splendid. Take a look, Peyton. We're cruising so fast, yet we remain completely stable, just as my test predicted we would. That's great. This is a big win for both of us. I never could have done it without you. I owe you one. Heya, name's Peyton. I'm a mechanic from ZCF. I was actually in charge of maintenance on the Arcel, which is why they scoop me up for the courageous here. The more work you do on something, the more attached you get to it. The courageous is like my child at this point. It kind of chokes me up to see it finally take flight. There's always something special about a ship's first flight. It's like watching your kids strike out on their own. Well, except for the fact that I'll be sticking with it until the very end. Well, he says this. We'll see. Oh, my apologies. I got a bit overexcited. I'm Thompson, a professor from the Ruhr Institute of Technology. Fluid mechanics are my specialty. I had a part in designing this airship hull, you see. I honestly can't believe that my calculations of us surpassing 3,000 SPH in such a huge ship were spot on. I'm so happy. I could jump for joy. Breaking 3,000 SPH on a ship as big as the Courageous was thought to be impossible. Looks like it was only near impossible. It took countless experiments to finally design a hull that could do it, so it's amazing to see all that hard work pay off. So see what I mean here? They're over here making breakthroughs. And yes, the Epstein Foundation, everybody helped out, but it was basically the government that funded this. And even apparently the government had to scrounge around even money even for this shit. But yeah, the government meaning the ruling class, people with way more money and more of an unlimited flow of money had to put money into it. So it wasn't just one independent company doing this. Joint effort. This is very realistic for things like on this level is very realistic. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinford company was involved in developing something on this scale all this time. And then I find out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give a sample answer to that. But suffice it to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Reinford group. Lately, the directors have. I knew it. Oh? Hello, Masterine. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Teehee, have you finished exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Ruhr. Finished. I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Ruhr, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing. Oh, that's right. You're from Ymer. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Ruhr. Sure, why not? Ruhr used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city is in the Nortia province, it's under Marquis Ragner's jurisdiction. Ah, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even long-time residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count of the number of times I've had to pick up Lady Alyssa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Anyway, north of Ruhr is Sachsen Iron Mine. The iron mine there makes its way into most of the Reinford group's products in some form or other. The amount of ore they get from just that one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I doubt it. I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks mention the Sachsen mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Ruhr, you can't miss the Reinford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. Alyssa. I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. Well, we'll just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. That is so true. The statement where she was like, we haven't had a field study where it doesn't spiral into some wild adventure. That is, it's like you know that you're in a fucking game or something. Like none of these field studies ever go right. Like something happens. I like how you can see those exclamation marks on the floor. It's kind of weird and scary when you don't know what's gonna happen. This is where we can't go, and we don't even get like a bubble or blurb about that shit. It's just like, nah, man. Just give it up, man. So we've done this. It's a big ship and all this, but we won't... There's not that many places to go to, apparently. Well, this goes to the junction area. So there's just 2 places to go to. I think the base that we're at was much bigger than this. But I'm kind of glad, because good lord, sometimes this game just has like a lot of space and for no reason other than, I don't know, run around like a chicken with its head cut off. Welcome to the Courageous. Prince Olivert and Major Vander are on the front deck if you're looking for them. Why don't you go say hello? I'll think about it, sir. Right, so that's where those other people are, the front deck. Prince Olivert, I think I'll do that shit last. Okay, we're just gonna be chilling out over here, having a little conversation. We got like pieces of paper in front of us too. Come on, nobody wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if you make the outfit skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. I like hearing guys sing. Y'all know I have a number of... Well, if you didn't know, now you do know that I have a lot of male singers I like, but I also like some female singers as well. And I prefer the guys to not have a lot of clothes on. I prefer it when they just rip off shirts. I like when that happens. So I'm not really against, like, I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, I can't believe these ladies are out here with skimpy clothes. Well, that's just part of the entertainment. Sex sells. For me, aesthetics sell. Like I like people that look good. So of course, and it's all about image when it comes to music. If you want to make a lot of money, it's all about the image. And so that's why we all like guys who rip off their shirts, if you're into that. And ladies that, you know, show some stomach, some thighs, you know, cleavage, all that shit. Alright, he didn't say anything different. Are you 3 working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we've got the general gist of it figured out now, but... So I like how Eustace is involved with this. What does Eustace think? Does he want to see the ladies scantily clad? Let me ask you, Rain. Would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it will change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? Yeah, you could do a duet. You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that idea. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. Rehearsing goal. Oh my god, I hate when they do apostrophes like this. It's not how you use the apostrophe. It's awkward. Be a bit tougher, but I think we should do it. Let's just use both plans too. He won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. So who's gonna be singing? I'm glad that neither of the plans we came up with will go to waste. Right then, time for a little more brainstorming. Crow and Eustace. This might make rehearsal a bit tougher, but it'll work out. So, what the hell? So Eustace is like, okay, I need to talk. Eustace. Your ideas have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with a degree of class in order to take them on. I don't know about that assumption. I don't know what you mean by class. Like, usually class means something very stiff. And we don't want to do something stiff, Eustace. Good lord. I'm looking at how everyone liked last year's. I feel like you should be taking suggestions from Crow. Like, take it a little more serious. Oh, you had class. What does that mean? What does that mean? Alright, let's go over here. I'm talking way too much. Oh my god! It's the cafeteria. Recipe. Hey there. Welcome to the supply. Oh, the supply room. We don't actually have too many supplies here though, since we were kind of in a rush. Still, if you want anything, let me know. You'll be my first customer. Alright, well, what's in your shop? Oh my god, we're out here almost at the end of the game, and no Tiro Bomb. This is none. What am I supposed to do with that? Okay, we got Celestial Bombs, pretty cool. Here's KO. It's pretty good. We have 8 of those. This 1000 HP is hilarious. Like, it'll bring the person back, but if they get hit before you can heal them further, you've wasted it. Let's see. Inventory. I think if someone had the Chrono Burst move, put the Chrono Burst move on so you can have 2 turns, so you can revive somebody and then heal them. I think that's the best way to do it. Because these battles is just way too intense. Like, especially if you're doing this in a boss battle, which is the only time you would probably die unless you're being stupid, like me. The only time you use a reviving bomb is in the boss battle. And 1000 is jack spit right now. So you would definitely need to use a Chrono Burst. Or cross your fingers. Or do it when you know another one of your team members will go next. Alright, that's enough about strategy. Because I barely have any of. Oh, they even got, okay. Oh, yeah, let's get some food because, yeah, we're going to be making that steak. Well, I think I tried to make steak already and failed miserably, but whatever. Let's not talk about that shit. Yeah, I think I have a good amount of shit. I haven't fought anybody. Alright. We'll leave that. When it comes to firepower, this ship's equipped with the bare minimum. That's not just due to a lack of time either. It was a conscious decision on our part. We want the focus of the ship to be the things it stands for, not how much fancy weaponry it's got. Of course, that doesn't mean we won't react appropriately if anyone's foolish enough. If anyone's foolish enough to try anything against us. We've got a bunch of skilled crew members on the ship. While we don't have everyone on the ship yet, pretty much everyone's a specialist in their respective fields. I'm looking forward to when we get a full crew on board. It must be pretty cool to work with other people that are at your level. Like, I'm sure that's pretty awesome. Okay. And then on the other side is all that shit. Okay.
Instructor Sarah? Tovo? What are you guys doing out here?
Oh my god, his voice acted.
Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah. Always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arce.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be.
Well, they keep saying it doesn't have ties to the Imperial Provincial Army, but the crew members are people from I think the Imperial Army, right? And they could have people from the Provincial Army in there too. I think it just matters what their views are, if they are just neutral people. But they're from the 7th Armored Division. That's the Imperial Army, right? I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing shit. But it definitely has ties.
It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Guys, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind.
Okay, maybe they trained under the same person? I don't know.
The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves One Blade style.
Yeah, so like, did you guys train together?
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form. It sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think I've heard the name Cassius Bright, but...
Though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind a while back.
And it looks like a lot of bracers are using the 8 Leaves One style, whatever. So looking at how I was told that bracers were a big thing in earlier games in the series, I can see why they have the main character of this game learning a sword art that bracers prefer, it seems.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait, 2 years ago.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other, and your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Of course. Of course, so the bracers are coming back into the forefront, even though they were talking about how they've closed all the doors. But of course, Rain out of nowhere becomes a bracer. Seems like a better route for him, because I can't imagine Rain in the military. Like, Rain in the military? Like, maybe. I don't know what this game is going to do with Rain, but... feel like a waste of his skills, because he wouldn't really be using your skills at all in the military. He'd just be in a tank somewhere, just shooting people and with cannons.
Me? A bracer? Huh. I never really thought about it before.
Hey, there's enough of us singing the Bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students.
Never hurts to start them early. Seriously though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
Ah, that must feel so good to know that you at least have something to do after, something to look forward to after school, which wasn't the case for me in college. I wasn't sure there was no jobs lined up for me after school. And this is him in the first, like, there's 2 years, right? You spend 2 years in the military academy, and then you go off and do your thing. In the first year, he's already getting job offers. This was not me. In the real world, I mean, unless sometimes, it's not always the case, but a lot, you'd be surprised how many college students have no jobs lined up after they get their degree. And then they try to get to a place where they can get employed, but it just doesn't happen. And you don't have time. Basically, you don't have time to do like internships, which will really help people, because they don't pay you, and you definitely need to be paid as a college student because you're like, unless your parents are paying for you, you probably can't afford to do an unpaid internship, even though it would definitely help you out in the future. But I'm rambling again. Let's keep going.
I'll give it some thought.
That'd be so cool. Trails of Cold Steel 2. Rain as Bracer. No, actually no. I guess the second game would be like the second year. And then the third game would be Rain as a Bracer. I'm just throwing ideas up in the air. I don't know. Front deck. That's where shit is. Let's see, boarding gate. Let's look at that. Oh, they won't let me in. Okay, that's weird. So they have entryways where I can't go in. It makes me nervous. Makes me a little nervous where they have entryways, but you can't get to it. This is the bridge. Boarding gate, okay. We're gonna go back upstairs. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back upstairs, and talk to, Lara and the Blade Master. Okay, I thought it was on the bridge before. That was the junction area. This is the bridge. Duh, the bridge is always this. Ugh. As if I haven't been on enough of these kind of airships. Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're really honored to have been invited aboard. Yeah, that is true. Maybe Klaus did know. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Ruhr, knowing we have an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. The ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work for the Imperial Liberation Front. It seems like they do what the fuck they want. I mean, it's a rebel group. I mean, rebels are gonna rebel, right? By doing that, we hope that the courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not this ship's only purpose. Well, true, building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use it as is a deterrent. Yeah, I thought too. I was like, okay, that's the plan? Deterrent? Laura's right. There has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when we were in Legram last month. But I'm proud to see that you have how much you've grown since you've enrolled at the academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. So tell me, Rin, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? Like, she's right there. I don't know what are these parentheses for? Is that gonna make me believe that we're talking to each other and Laura can't hear us? Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. That almost looked like flirting for a moment, and it's not, and I'm sad. I see. That's reassuring to hear. At times I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. We're glad she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you'll continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not the one to abide inappropriate behavior toward my daughter. Do you, Captain Arcade, do you know that I have a crush? Like, is there something in the game that's alerting him to that, or would he always say the same thing? I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Rain, don't do that. You know what the fuck he's talking about. But I'd like to think I know how to conduct myself towards my classmates. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Well, she's right there, guys. What are the two of you going on about with all your whispering and your furtive glances? It's nothing you need to concern yourself with, just a little discussion between men. Oh god. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get you to your field study safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? He really does care about her. Oh my goodness. That is so cute. Like, he's cute, she's cute, this is a cute family. Like, I think the mother, you know, is already not around here. I think they mentioned that, but... oh my gosh. Nevertheless, I'm just fangirling over this fan. Nevertheless, being ferried to our destination in an airship like this makes me feel as though I could take on the world. While we won't be in the same group during this field study, I hope that it's a rewarding one for both of us. Agreed. She has goals. She has goals. One day, if the game allows it, we'll be dating at least. Allow us to escort you to your destination. I hope your field study proves to be a fruitful one. Just don't forget to conduct yourself as students of Thor should Just don't forget to conduct yourself as students of Thor should during your time there. Like, wouldn't he be a cool father-in-law? Like, Rin is already part of the fam, guys. He's already part of the fam. It's a done deal. Oh my gosh, I like so many people in this game. I like so many people in this game. Even you guys, you and your infatuation with the wind. He's dating the wind right now. Like that's why he's like, he can't even handle himself right now because he's like in the arms of his true love, the wind. Oh god. All right, I can't see him with anybody besides the wind. This is pretty sad. They really 2D'd him into just liking the wind all the time. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. This has to be voice actor. I'm sure Vander's out here. Whoa, this ship's amazing. We're flying faster than a bird. Take that, bird. Now I kind of want one. I wonder if Gramps will get my own airship if I ask him real nice. Okay, I thought she was like, I want a bird. You can already fly around on Arigetlum. Don't get greedy. Don't go getting greedy. Yeah, that is true. You probably just want something faster. The view from up here is so beautiful. I feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. You know, this is actually the first time I've ever been aboard an airship. I think that's the same for most of us, Emma. Whoa, I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal? Being escorted straight to orders aboard the Courageous ought to give our field study there an air of legitimacy, too. I appreciate Prince Oliver's kindness in looking out for us. The airship we used in the Corps was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, its specs seem pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. Okay, so she's been on an airship before. Alright, so maybe they're not as rare as I thought they were. There's like maybe 2 or 3 in existence. I guess you can have like a smaller one. Vander will never get voice acted, guys. Watch.
At long last, the Courageous is finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest.
I'll take your word for it.
Holy shit! I'm sorry. I was so wrong. He's voice acted. Was he ever voice acted before? His voice sounds familiar.
This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together.
It was no easy ride, I'll say that.
I doubt it would have come together without the prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties.
I wonder why he didn't have the funds, though. Like, you would think someone like Prince Oliver would just have unlimited funds, but... I wouldn't say unlimited, but effectively unlimited because it's way more than everybody else's.
And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as its captain.
I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal.
Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's 2 competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that idea.
Okay.
A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish.
The road will be a difficult one, though.
True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart. Just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous. And for the brave men and women of your class.
Your Highness.
We live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But, with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate.
Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study.
Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them.
Alright. So he has a voice actor. I was totally wrong. Ah, it's a wonderful feeling, standing on the deck, feeling the wind rushing by. And how much more liberating would it be to shed these tiresome clothes and hold a beautiful concert above Ruhr. I might have misheard you, but did you just say you'd like to fly to orders hanging over the railing by your feet? Come now, dear Muller, I'm not that much of a masochist. Don't know if I'll ever reconcile this side of Prince Olivert with what he's like when he's actually being serious, and the way Major Vander can shoot him down without batting an eye, even though he's the prince, is really something. I get the feeling that these two must have been through a lot together. I wonder how long they've known each other. Did we actually talk to him, or did we talk to ourselves? Anyway, I think it's safe to call the grand unveiling of the ship a success. I suggest you focus on your field study for now. Leave keeping an eye on this full to me. It's a full-time job. Thanks, we will. He and the prince really do seem close. Oh my god, do this again. Alright, we get it. They're freaking close. They're probably like fuck buddies or something. They're probably like pee in the same urinal. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's safe to call the... Okay, I read it already. Every time we see them, they're so close, right? Yeah, they're close. Alright, anything else to add? I've only begun to paint the exquisite portrait of my life, and once my goals have been achieved, I shall go au natural forevermore. What is that? What does that mean? Whenever someone says au natural like that, I always think people are talking about getting naked. But maybe that's not what he's talking about. It's like a French word, and I'm probably saying it wrong. Maybe I've always said it wrong.
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Ruhr airspace. Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I'd expected.
Why does the radio officer sound like she's using auto-tune?
Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready.
Yeah, that line's going pretty fast.
Ruhr Airport's granted us permission to land.
Commence landing preparations, and keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain. Preparing the Courageous to land.
This may or may not be a long episode, so sorry about that, guys. I did a lot of talking. Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make them count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best we can. You guys be careful in Ordis, okay? Yeah, it sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it, we'll be fine. We ought to be alright if a certain someone can keep her mouth shut. Take care in Ruhr, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into festival prep. I hope you're ready to discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right. With everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that. We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Oh man, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for that. I don't know if I can handle this. I might die. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1. Oh, I think I could find the energy. Whoa, whoa, Gaius, out of nowhere. That's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. Ah, the spirited joys of youth. Good lord, Prince Olivert. You're not old! None of these people is old. Arsaid's dad, like... Did I say Arsaid's dad? Look, the Viscount Blade Master dude, older than everybody in the room, is not saying how he's old. Like, he can still fight and all this. Y'all need to stop. Everybody. Game needs to stop talking about youth, okay, all the time. It's annoying. Alright. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will, Group A members say. Not Group B members, they don't say that shit. They're not gonna do that. We won't even see them again after this. The Courageous touched down at the massive Ruhr airport, where we parted ways with the members of Group A. With us safely on the ground, it wasted no time taking to the skies again, ferrying the others west to Ordis. Ruhr was a maze in every direction, but Sharon guided us to Rheinfurt's corporate headquarters without missing a step. So it's a maze, but we won't actually see that. We'll have, like, set areas. This tunnel goes on forever. I can't help but recall trying to navigate Guerrilla Fortress. I guess when you built with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look pretty similar. We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Ruhr has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about, but I can't deny it's true. It looks like we're finally out. So many footsteps. Oh, I'm already starting to like the song immediately. Ornaments, okay. Escalator, cool. Ruhr. This is a very unfortunate name for people like me who could barely pronounce R's. Whoa. The city extends above and below? This game has so much in it. Well, Ruhr grew up around steel fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis, and I love playing with mechanical cars like that. You were right, it is weird. It's got a population of around 200,000 people too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country. These aren't big numbers of people, like, it's not like millions of people or anything. I feel like the city's gotten even bigger than the last time I was here. The Rhineford corporate headquarters is on the upper level, right? That's right. That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator. Oh, okay.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruhr, home of the Rhineford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
Alright, finally, we will stop here. We've made it to the new city. This will probably be sort of a long episode unless I can cut out a lot of content, you know, me just rambling. But rest assured, we're going to continue on. We're going to see the world as much as we can around here. So as always, can't wait to see you next time. Bye bye.